Hey Kids Choir team, I'm here to just tell you about what we're doing this week in Kids Choir. We had so many kids last week. I think it was 197 downstairs, so that was just downstairs, and you guys did an awesome job. Everything went pretty smoothly, and a few of you talked to me, so we're going to make a few adjustments for this week, and I'll make sure that I answer any questions you might have. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to just ask me, email me, text me, whatever. Okay, so for this week, last week we did the lion craft. It was a little complicated. We have an easier craft this week, and we are focusing on Psalm 73:26, which is their memory verse for the first few weeks. They learned it last week, and it's my flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Psalm 73:26. So that's the focus kind of this week that we're going to do with them. We're going to kind of do that in our craft and an activity. Jade and Teresa will continue to teach it to them, and they'll be learning a new verse soon. This is our first week that we have a verse table, so when kids are coming down the hallway when they first get there, there'll be two leaders sitting at a table who will be listening for them to recite their verse, as well as when they leave Kids Choir, they will still be there. And the leaders will be able to check off their name and give them a prize if they're able to say their verse, and they'll have many more opportunities to say it throughout Kids Choir. So the craft is a fun heart hat. So these are already pre-cut. So you'll have this in your craft basket, and it will look like this without the stickers. And so it kind of bends out like this. It's a paper plate. And then it doesn't fit on my head, but it does. I tried it on some smaller heads this weekend, and it does fit. So they do have to be careful with them. So I would tell your table, and as I tell you, just be gentle with them. They're probably not going to get more than 2 wears out of them, and we know how that goes. A lot of these things go home. They might be out for a few days or so, and they don't stick around for very long anyway, so just remind the kids to be gentle with them. Otherwise, they're going to break, and if they break, then we could possibly staple them, but let's encourage them to just be careful with them. So the heart kind of pops up, and they can wear them. I suggest you can facilitate this in your rooms however you would like, but to avoid some chaos and them getting broken when they're done making them, maybe let them wear them at your table for a little bit and then have them out in the hallway or wherever you guys put your crafts for them to pick up when they leave. That might avoid some chaos so that you can move on to the next activity or whatever you have planned next. So at the tables, all you'll be doing is writing their name on it somewhere, or helping them write their name on it if they need help, and then letting them decorate it with stickers. We have a variety of heart-colored stickers that you'll be able to give them to add, and then the memory verse sticker, and then talk to them at your table about the memory verse sticker. So there's really not a lot that you'll need to support them with besides like their name and giving them some stickers, and then you can let them just go to town with decorating and putting the memory verse sticker on and talking to them about the memory verse. So a little more hands off. Let there just be some good conversation at your table with your kids. So that is the craft for this Wednesday. Let's see. For our activity, I'm giving you an activity this week. I know that even last week with some craft, we have some leftover time, and you have to balance the more complex craft takes up more time, but when you have it's easier, you're going to have more time to have to fill after. So that's why I'm giving you something purposeful that you can do after, which is reinforcing their memory verse again for those kids who still need to learn it. They all do. So we are going to do a memory verse review activity. If you volunteer with us in Ridge Kids in preschool, then you've done something very similar to this, so those leads can kind of help come up with some fun ideas. And if you've never done it, it's really easy. I normally do this as a large group whole class activity, so this is something that after craft you can kind of gather your whole class and do an activity. So I have all these hearts that still kind of need to be cut out, laminated them, and they have pieces of the memory verse on the hearts. So My flesh is this one. I can't read backwards. But God is this one. And they all have different parts of the memory verse that the kids will have to put in order. So we've done this different ways. And the older kids really like when we hide them around the room. So the kids will all be sitting together, maybe close their eyes, have the leader hide them around the room. And then the kids have to go and find all the hearts, retrieve all the hearts, bring them back to the large group area, and put them back in order. That's a fun way to do it. Kind of gives the older kids a little more of something to do. Our little kids have also done that, like 3s have done that before, so our 4s could do it. That's what I'll leave that up to you. Otherwise, you can have the kids hold them, so you can pick. I don't know if there's like 10 hearts or so. Have 10 kids come up to the front and hold them, and have the class tell them what order it needs to go in. Another way you could do it is having them stand in order with the memory verse, read it as a class, and then take one word away, or have one kid sit down and then see if they can read it with a word missing, and then take another word out and see if they can read it with 2 words missing or 2 parts missing. So there's some fun different ways that you can just use these hearts to practice the memory verse with them after you do your craft, or if you need to do it before craft, depending on your schedule in your classroom. So, also our young 5s and 4-year-olds, I have a book for you to read if that is something that you want to use in your classroom this week. And I'll give our first graders and our kindergartners some more table activities for them to color, or just to do after if they finish craft early. So I have some extra things for you guys to do depending on what you have time for in your classroom, and I hope that is helpful. I don't think I have anything else for you guys. You will have another info card to send home just like last week. Now that we've done our first week, everything should kind of flow accordingly, and then we'll just help tweak every week to make it even better and more fun for the kids. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday.